All right, Lisa, let's talk about this James Bond thing. Guess who's dressing James Bond for the next film?
Somebody talented and expensive. That's all I know
Ex-
for sure.
exactly, Tom Ford. So Tom Ford dressed Bond for Quantum of Solace, Skyfall. He's coming back for Spectre, and James Bond looks amazing. Have you seen those past films?
Oh my god, like all of them. Like James Bond is one of the few films, along with the Fast and Furious franchise, that I will be there opening night.
That's impressive. Like I don't have that much of a commitment, but I do want to see it mostly for the clothes. I'm not so interested in the action. I want to
No,
see
no,
the
no,
clothes.
dude. Action, action. Like
There is
clothes in action.
no, no, no. I just want to see a man in a well-tailored suit, and Bond is all about that.
I mean, he can woo a woman fully clothed, and that is, it says a lot about James Bond's character.
Okay, so here's what's going on. He's coming back in a charcoal three-piece suit. He's bringing back the three-piece. Also, this time around, he is wearing an ivory dinner jacket for the first time in 30 years. The
Super
last time,
throwback.
I know, the last time was in A View to Kill. Are you a fan of the older movies too?
I'm not as well versed in the older movies, but I had this project a couple years ago that didn't really go so well. So all of the James Bond books are available for free in the Kindle Lending Library.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And I was like, I'm going to read all of them. Like, they're quick. They're kind of fluffy. Like, I want to read these and then I'll know the movies better. Well, I only got up to like number 3. And I can't even tell you what that one was called.
I would think that reading the books isn't as much fun as watching the movie because are you going to read how many sentences are you going to read about like running through the streets versus the action?
Not as much fun. It does give you great context, like Casino Royale, the first one. Like once you read that and then you watch the newest Casino Royale, like it all makes sense, and you're just like, oh my gosh, like I have so much more perspective. But not necessarily a requirement for really getting into the films. I really got into the movies when Daniel Craig came on board. It was just like this new era of Bond being a little more sleek, a little less campy.
Yeah, I like that too because he really embodies the like brooding part of it, which I really enjoy.
I'm all about brooding.
I don't know. I'm not a huge Daniel Craig fan, but I do think he does great things with this part. Back to the clothes. He's wearing a red boutonniere and his lapel as an homage to Goldfinger, which is always good. I mean, it's a classic.
Do you want to sing a little?
Goldfinger! Yeah.
It's like even better than the sound that comes out of your mouth is the look on your face when you sing Goldfinger.
It's made of gold. Yeah, I love it.
Your whole body.
You have to sing it with your whole. You have to sing it with your whole body. That and Diamonds Are Forever.
That is also a very good one.
Yeah.
So wasn't it James Bond from maybe Casino Royale or very soon after that? Wasn't it James Bond who kicked off the Navy tux trend on the red carpet? Am I imagining that?
I don't remember, but it wouldn't surprise me because
it's around that time period.
Right. The Bond movies do have an influence on fashion. I wouldn't be surprised after this movie comes out if we're not seeing more three-piece suits being a trend, which I wouldn't mind. I know that's it's really hot for men to wear, but oh my gosh, does it look good? The ladies love it.
I mean, there's something to be said for a well-fitting vest.
I know. Oof, so sexy.
I know.
So that, and they're also wearing ski outfits this time around. So Tom Ford has worked with a costume designer to go into ski wear.
Making some big old goggles.
Goggles. My guess is that they'll be nice and like reflective aviators of some sort. Yeah.
I feel like all the ski gear is going to be black. Like
it probably will. I mean, what else are you going to do to say badass? Do you see him going down a ski slope in red? No, he's going to be going down in some sleek black.
I want aqua.
No.
Living in 1987 right now.
I love it. I mean, I love ski wear from the 80s. I think it's because my mom had some really gorgeous ski wear and it's so 80s. You just need the like flipped hair to go with it, like Farrah Fawcett, and it's all that.
Oh, yeah, because James Bond's hair is really going to do that. We're going to have to do some special effects.
No. I'm talking about my mom in the 80s with her ski wear that I absolutely...
your mom.
Oh, yeah.
Like, okay. I thought you were talking about like everybody in the 80s.
Well, everybody in the 80s.
It was everybody in the 80s, I guess.
And some like frosted lipstick. It was great.
On the slopes, I don't know. I can barely like get myself out in the snow, let alone like with hair and makeup and coordinating outfits.
Well, this is why it's fantasy Bond world versus the reality of what it's like to be on the slopes, I think.
Yeah, in fantasy Bond world where no one has to go to the bathroom ever.
They could just stay in that outfit for the entirety of their skiing session, of course.
Yeah, the entire movie.
All right, I want to mention a website. It's called The Suits of James Bond. We are not associated with this website at all, but it is a great place to go back and see all of the Bond outfits throughout cinema history, why they were worn, what was going on in the time period, what was going on in actual history during the time that Bond was supposedly written, things like that. So it's a really great way. It's a catalog to go back in. Recently, they asked the question, what kind of underwear would Bond wear? It's always good to think about, right?
I mean, there are no wrong answers.
I mean, I think your initial instinct of does he wear underwear at all? I think that's pretty right on course.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the situation, but James Bond has spent some time in some tropical climes, and I think sometimes the easiest solution is to just go commando.
Of course.
And just hope that your pants don't rip apart, a la Lenny Kravitz 2015.
Or maybe do hope that. I think James Bond is ready to go in all situations and has it covered.
I mean,
or not covered.
Covered, haha. I mean, James Bond is not really running around town after the bad guys in leather pants. So I think the odds of that happening are a little more unlikely than
True.
Sir Kravitz.
He will always have the suit taken care of, and Kravitz can take care of the leather pants section of the population.
Yes. Wild child, rock star, very put together, saving the world man.
There is room for both of these people in our lives.
Oh, exactly. Like, that is what it makes the world a beautiful place.
Isn't
all
it?
these different men for me to look at.
So Spectre coming out. I will see it eventually. I will not be there on opening night. Do you dress up? Because some people do that. Some people dress up to see the premieres.
No, I don't dress up for anything. Like, I'm going to wear pants. It's going to be November, so I'm going to wear a coat.
I want to see it.
I will very quickly update you on all the salient details of the ski goggles and the boutonnieres and what I think maybe he's wearing under there.
I think that is a great thing to discuss afterwards. We have to come back to this.
Sounds good.
Cool. Thanks, Lisa.
All right, talk to you next time.